Sadashiva Samarambham Śaṅkarāchārya Madhyamam Asmadācārya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Tapobihi Kshena Papanam Shantanam Vitaraginam Mumukshunam Apekshyoyam Atmabodho Vidhiyate. We are doing the text Atmabodha, and I think we did till the 7th shloka in the last section. So Tavat Satyam Jagat Bhati Shuktika Rajatam Yatha Yavat na Jnayate Brahma Sarvadhishtanam Advayam. Shankara has started talking about adhyasa in these sections, right from the shloka 6th to it will go up to the 15th shloka. So 6th and 7th he spoke about what is adhyasa, in the sense that tavat satyam jagat bhati, whatever we are looking at today is mithya bhutam, and all of this will seem real as long as the Brahman is not visible for us, or Brahman is not known for us. Yavat Brahma na jnayate, until Brahman is not known, tavat jagat satyam bhati, the entire world is going to seem as if it is true. Just as how until we realize that the shell is a shell, it will seem like there is a piece of silver on the sands. So Shuktika Rajatam Rachatavat. This is the example that he gives. Now, how is this Brahman the Adhishtanam, or that is the reality in everything? He gives 3 more examples in the next 3 shlokas. The avatarika here for the shloka is Purvasmin shloke Jagan Nasti iti Uktam. In the 7th shloka, he said Jagat Nasti eva, Jagat Bhati eva. It only seems like that. Okay. Yeah. Jagat Nasti iti Uktam. Jagat Nasti. That is Yavat Bhati eva. It is only it only appears. It is an illusory appearance. It does not exist in reality. The only thing that exists in reality is Brahman. Tatapi jnanodaya paryantam pratiyamanam yat jagat srishtyadikam. Until we get the realization of Brahman, there is this apparent process that keeps going on of creating the world. There is a world that exists, and then there is a samhara. All of these seem to be happening. That sarvam Ishware eva. All of these happen in Ishvara himself as the abhinna nimittopadana. This is a concept that we have. We started off with that last time also. I said where he is both the nimitta karanam and the upadana karanam. For an effect, there can be 2 types of cause. There is a nimitta karanam and an upadana karanam. Upadana karanam is your material cause. The common example that we all take is, let's say, a pot. For a pot, we need a clay. Clay is your mrittika. Mrittika is the upadana karanam. It is the material cause for making clay or other kind of vessels, clay vessels that you want to make. Now, Nimitta Karanam is the person who makes that pot, which is the potter. He is the, or it can be a chakram, it can be the dandam, any other material other than the clay which is useful in the production of the pot is called a nimitta karana. These have to exist there for the pot to be produced. In the same manner, here also in the Jagat, do we have a separate nimitta karanam and a separate upadana karanam? No, we have only Brahman who creates, or that Jagat is seen in Brahman himself, in the Ishvara himself, and it is Ishvara himself who manifests it. So he becomes the Nimitta Karanam, and he is also the material cause, Upadana Karanam. That is why we have this phrase, Abhinna Nimitta Upadana. Nimitta and Upadana are Abhinnam. Brahman is the same. There is no difference as far as Nimitta Karanam and Upadana Karanam is concerned with respect to Brahman, because he is the only entity in this world. So the shloka here is Upadane Akhiladhare Jaganti Parameshware Sargasthiti Layan Yanti Budbudani Iva Varini. Gives a beautiful example. I have an ocean here. In that ocean, there are many things that come out. We say, oh, there are bubbles that come out in the ocean. There is a foam here. There are waves in the ocean. But everything is in fact jalam, right? In Viveka Chudamani, Śaṅkarāchārya says, Taranga phena brahma budbudādi sarvam swarupena jalam yatha. Everything by nature is only jalam. Taranga is waves. Phena, foam. Brahma, there are whirlpool kind of things, or the movement that is there. Budbuda are bubbles that you have. All of these swarupena jalam eva. What is the reality between them? Is bubble different from the water there? The same way here also, sarvani jaganti, all of these worlds, including the people in it, are parameshware sargasthiti layan yanti. Parameshware eva sargam yanti, parameshware eva sthitim yanti, parameshware eva layam yanti. Yato va imani bhutani jayante, yena jatani jivanti, yat prayanti, abhisamvishanti. Tad vijignyasasva, tad brahma. This is the Upanishad Vakyam that we have. Right? So, yataha imani bhutani jayante. Parameshwarateva imani bhutani jayante. All of these bhutani, all of these living beings, including the worlds that are there, are born out of this Parameshwara. They stay because of that Parameshwara. They exist in Parameshwara and they completely merge in him. Okay. The word here, Parameshwara, is an indication here of Shiva, not Shiva, but of Parabrahman. Paramahacha Ishwaraha. He is the ultimate controller who is the Brahman. And this Brahman is Upadane. He is the material cause. That is, he is responsible for the production of this entire world. So, Upadanam. Upadane, it's an adjective to Parameshwara here. Akhila Adhare, he is the Adhara Bhutam, or the sustenance or the substratum for everything. What is that everything? As we go into the Vyakhyanam, we will understand what is that Akhila. So the one who is the Adhara, support for everything. Upadane, he is the Upadana Karanam for everything. That is, he is the material cause for everything. Tadrishe Parameshware, in that supreme controller, all of these worlds, Jaganti, Sargasthiti Layan Yanti. Yanti here is not Gachanti, but attain. They get their creation, they get their sustenance and merging or dissolution only in that Parameshwara. Just as how Varini in water, Saptami Bhakti. So in water, Budbudani iva, like Budbuda, etc. Like the bubbles that come out, they are created, they stay in the water and they completely merge with the water. In the same manner, you also have to think of the world as emerging from the Parameshwara and staying in that Brahman and completely merging again into that Brahman. Okay. So, Akhila Adhare. What is this Akhilam? Maya Tat Karyanam Samashti Vyashti Atmakanam Sarvesham Adhara Bhute. He is the Adhara for Maya. Maya, which is responsible for all of the effects, all of the illusions that it creates in the form of the worlds, Brahmandam, the Bhutas, living beings, everything. So Maya Tat Karyanam Samashti Vyashti Atmakanam. You can take it as Samashti, as in in a macro level, wherein the entire Brahmandam has been created because of Brahman and the Maya that exists within that Brahman. Or you can take Vyashti. Vyashti as in each individual Jiva who creates a world for himself, as in this Deha, Manas, Buddhi, hunger. All of these things are all created by his own Tula Avidya. Right? His own small Avidya that he has. So, either Samashti or Vyashti. For all of this, what is the base here? Adhara Bhute, Brahmani, Parameshware. It goes as an adjective to Parameshwara. The other adjective for Parameshwara is Upadane. What is this Upadana Karanam? Tantoho Urnanabhivat Sakala Jagat Utpattehe Ādi Karane Abhinna Nimittopadana Karane. Tantoho urnanabhivat, urnanabhi yathornanabhis srijate grinhate cha yatha prithivyaam oshadhayas sambhavanti. Yatha sataf purushat keshalomani tatha aksharat sambhavati iha vishwam. Just as how urnanabhi is a spider, just as how a spider srijate, it creates and a web from its own material. It is its own material cause, right, for the web, and then it also dissolves that web into itself. It can pull in that web also into it. We see spider webs everywhere in the corner. We think that, oh, it is made of web and it has left it. No, tathana. You take the example of the spider. When it tries to catch a fly to eat, it spins a web, it catches the fly, and then it pulls back that web along with that fly into itself. That is this srijate grinhate cha. So it creates and layam yanti api. Or prithivya moshadhayaha sambhavanti. In this earth, there are many kinds of herbs which automatically come about and they completely go inside within the earth itself. That's why this earth has so much of riches and it is able to produce so much for us. In the same manner, a sataf purushat, from a person who is living, kesha lomani, hairs and everything come automatically from him. They are not created by somebody outside. It is from the body himself. Tatha aksharat vishwam. The same manner. So tantoho urnanabhivat. Just as how a spider creates a web. Sakala jagat utpattehe adi karanam. For the creation of the entire world, the adi karanam is Brahman. Abhinna nimitta upadana karanam. He is the same, he is the material cause and the nimitta karanam. Okay. Parameshware, here Parameshwaraha Param Brahma iti. He is the ultimate truth. Jaganti tasmin Parameshware Jaganti Brahmadi Stamba Paryantam. Brahma is creator and Stamba is any small grass. It is a kind of grass. It is not Stambha. If you take Stambha Mahaprana letter, it is column or pillar, right? Here it is Stamba. It is not Alpa Prana. That Stamba means grass. Brahmadi Stamba Paryantani Samashti Vyashtyatmakani Characharani. All of these things that are either sentient or non-sentient, moving, non-moving, all of these have been created in that Parameshwara. Just as how Varini Jale Budbudani Iva Sargasthiti Layan Yanti. What is he trying to say in this shloka? Etena Karana Abhinnam Karyam. That is our crux of this shloka. Karyam, the effect, is non-different from its cause, Karanam. The cause here is Brahman, the Karyam here is Jagat. So the Karyam is not different from the Karanam. That is, Jagat is the same as Brahman. In other words, it is only a mere illusory appearance on Brahman. Brahma Karyam Jagat Sarvam tu Brahmaiva. It is Suchita. Whatever that has been created by Brahman, which is the Jagat, is non-different from the Brahman. Prakrityadehe upadanatvam vadatam sankhyaadinam matam samastam nirastam. See, Sankhya Mata, they say Purusha is different from Prakriti. You will have to understand the difference between this Purusha and Prakriti. That is when you attain moksha. That is Sankhya Matam. The difference between Sankhya Matam and Advaita Matam is shown in this shloka, wherein he says, Brahman, Brahma Karyam eva Maya, Maya tat Karyam Sarvam. The Upadana Karanam for it is Brahman himself or itself. Whereas in Sankhyan, Purusha is not the Upadana Karana, Prakriti is the Upadana Karana. They have a strong Maya there. Right? So their Maya is very strong and it can create so many things. The Purusha is completely weak. Whereas here, our Purusha is responsible for everything. That's what it is. So, Upadane Akhiladhare Jaganti Parameshware Sargasthiti Layan Yanti Budbudani Iva Varini. The next shloka is another example. like the Swarnam and Katakadivat. Okay. Now, Nirvikare Brahmani Jagat Utpattyadayaha Katham Ityakankshayam Maya Kalpita. He only said that all of the worlds attain, they are created, they stay, and they again merge into this Brahman. Right? Jagat Utpatti Adayaha Brahmani Santi Ityuktam. What is the nature of their existence? What is the nature of that creation? How can it happen to a Brahman which does not have any change at all? We accept that Brahman is Nirvikara. If there is no change to that Brahman, how can suddenly there is a creation and then there is a... How can you talk about all these things? So, Nirvikare Brahmani Jagad Utpattyadayaha Katham. That is the question here. That is the Akanksha. Maya Kalpitaha. Now you go on to saying that it is only illusory. Satchidananda Atmani Anusyute Nitye Vishnu Prakalpitaha Vyaktayo Vividhas Sarva Hatake Katakadivat. In the earlier shloka, he said Parameshwara. Now he says Vishnu. These are just nomenclatures. He wants to just say that these are Samgya Padani. This does not mean we are talking about Shanka Chakra Gadadhari iti nasti or Chandra Chuda Daraha iti nasti. That is not what he is coming to say. He is saying that whether it is Vishnu or Parameshwara, you look at the etymological derivation of both words, you are only talking about Brahman in Advaita Vedanta. Paramascha ayam Ishwaraha, the supreme controller, is Brahman. Vishnu, Vyapanat, Sarva Vyapakatvat. Vishnu iti, that is also Parabrahma. Okay. Satchidananda Atmani Anusyute Nitye Anusyute Vishnu Sarvaha Vyaktayaha Vividhaha Vyaktayaha Prakalpitaha. This is the main sentence. How Katham Prakalpitaha Hatake Katakadivat. Hatakam is Swarnam. In gold, just as how in gold there you can have different kinds of ornaments that are being created, Vividhaha Prakalpitaha, they are made, they are created. But once that illusion of that bangle, you take 500 different bangles, you go to a jewelry store, they will show you different kinds of jewelry. There people will find even the minutest difference between one bangle and the other bangle. For some people, all seem the same. All of those bangles are just the same. Why? Because they are looking at Swarnam. They only look at the material cost behind it and say, everything is gold, whatever, everything is nice, whatever you want, you can take, right? So that is how some people view. The others view only the differences there. So, Hatake Katakadivat, in gold, just as how Kataka, bangle, etc., are Prakalpitaha, they are only created in the sense that they are illusory, right? In the same manner, Prakalpitaha is more like superimposed. That's what he says here, Kalpana. Okay. In the same manner, Satchidananda Atmani Sat Chit Swarupe Nitye Nasharahite, that which does not have any destruction. It is the premise that we started off with was, how can all of these happen in Nirvikara Brahma? Correct? So, even though it is Nityam, Nasha Rahitam, Sarva Vikara Shunyam, there are no Vikaras, there are no modifications in Brahman. Even though, what are the modifications that are possible? In every being, we see there are 6 Bhava Vikaras, right? Asti Jayate, Jayate, Vardhate, Upachiyate, Apakshiyate, Nashyati, right? Asti. These are the 6 ones. So there is a shloka, Asti Priyam Bhati, right? Asti Bhati Priyam Rupam. So there are 6 Bhava Vikaras that are possible in any living being, in any Bhuta. But those 6 are not possible in Brahman. It is completely Nityam here. So Satchidananda Atmani Anusyute Nitye Vishnu Sarva Vyapake Parabrahmani. Anusyutam is Sarvatra Anugatam. So Vishnu is Sarva Vyapakam. Seems like both words are the same, but Anusyutam is that which is continuously present in everything. So just like how, let's say you take a cloth, the cloth is non-different from its karanam of tantu, right? A cloth is non-different from the threads. How are the threads? The threads are actually interwoven, but you can actually remove those threads individually. You can remove all of those threads, and then the cloth does not exist. But then the karanam is interwoven into something, and the illusory appearance of a cloth is there. So here also the Brahman is anusyutam in the sense that it is interwoven into the objects that we see in the world. So anusyutam. Vyapakam, Vishnu, meaning he is all pervading. He pervades everything beyond this also. So beyond the karanam, beyond anything that you can think of, he is Vishnu that way. So there is a difference between Anusyutam and Vishnu. He is beyond everything and immanent in everything. So immanent is Anusyutam, or he is interwoven into it. He gives certain good words here in the translation. So Vyaktayaha Vividhaha Sarvaha Prakalpitaha. All of these Vyaktis that we see, Deva, Manushya, Tiryak, Ityadayaha, all of these Bhutarashis that we see are present, are Prakalpitaha. For the word Prakalpitaha, he uses the beautiful translation for this. Mayaya Chaitanya Adhishtitaya Prakarshena Kalpitaha eva Natu Brahmanaha Abhinnaha. They are not, they Natu Abhinnaha. One minute. It seems very okay. So if we take it as Brahmanaha, Natu Brahmanaha Bhinnaha, Mayaya Prakarshena Kalpitaha eva, they are only created by Maya, and they are different from Brahman in the sense that their existence is different. Brahman is Satyam, the rest is all Mithya. So they are different from Brahman in the aspect of their existence. That's all. That's how we have to take that sentence. So, etena yat kalpitam tat mithya. Iti nyayena, whatever is kalpitam, whatever is created, is mithya. Maya kalpita namarupatmakasya jagataha asatvam. So this jagat is non-real because it is created by Maya, and this jagat has nama, rupa, etc., etc. Parabrahmanaha eva sattvam. Only the adhishtana or the substratum of this illusion, which is Parabrahman, only that is real. Iti atra. He also shows the difference between what is illusory appearance and what is the substratum. Okay. So Satchidananda Atmani Anusyute Nitye Vishnu Prakalpitaha Vyaktayaha Vividhaha Sarvaha Hatake Katakadivat. So in this Satchidananda Atmani, in this Atma Vishnu, which is all-pervading Brahman, it is Nityam, it is also eternal, and Satchidatmani, it is of the nature of reality, Sat and Chit, it is the nature of consciousness, Anusyute, and which is interwoven into everything that we see in the world. On this Brahman, Vividaha Sarvaha Vyaktayaha, all of these entities are Prakalpitaha, they are created by Maya, hence they are all Mithya. Just as how you use gold to create different jewelry, all of those jewelry are just illusory appearances of the primary source, which is your gold. Okay, like Mrittiketyeva Satyam, Sadeva Soumya Idamagra Asit. Okay, we'll stop with this if it's okay.